Tonight on UATV, a car crash brings firefighters to a man's rescue. What witnesses say happened.
And another wreck teaches Fayetteville high school students a lesson.
And I saw people with blood over the face. That was pretty scary.
Why police simulated this accident.
In later, heavy rains flood parts of Texas. How the U of A plans to keep students safe when severe weather strikes.
Welcome to this Thursday edition of UATV. I'm Lydia Fielder. The face of the $20 bill is changing, and many are calling it the most significant change to our nation's currency in over a century. UATV's Matt Howe is live with the story.
Announced yesterday that Harriet Tubman would be replacing President Andrew Jackson on the face of the $20 bill. Tubman, who was a slave and an abolitionist, will be the very first female African-American woman to be printed on U.S. paper currency. This historical change comes as a result of a commitment that the Treasury Department made about a year ago to include a female on the face of at least one U.S. paper bill.
So her appearance on the money, I think, does well to show what women and what black women in particular have contributed to the U.S. historically, economically.
Treasury Secretary Lew originally planned to change Alexander Hamilton on the $10 bill with a woman, but recently Alexander Hamilton has grown in popularity due to a Broadway rap musical depicting his life. This new public support for Hamilton has caused Treasury Secretary Lew to instead change the face of a different bill. The $5 and $10 bills will still be getting a minor change of their own. Women and civil rights leaders such as Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, Susan B. Anthony, and several others will be added to the backs of the $5 and $10 bills. The new $20 bill begins circulating in 2020, and all three redesigned bills could be in wallets by 2030. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Matt Allen.
Thanks, Matt. Now, President Jackson will be moved to the back of the 20, while Presidents Lincoln and Hamilton will remain unchanged on the front of the $5 and $10 bills. Prince, the musician who some call one of the most iconic artists of his generation, died today. He was 57. Pioneering the Minneapolis sound, Prince sold more than 100 million records worldwide, making him one of the best-selling artists of all time. Fans around the world are paying tribute to the purple one.
He's our royalty. He's Minneapolis. He crossed every boundary, every genre. He broke through barriers all over the place, whether they were social or sexual identity or music barriers, no matter what it was, he just crashed right through them and didn't care. He was just himself.
Celebrities like the band Duran Duran, Samuel L. Jackson, and Whoopi Goldberg tweeting condolences, but many say they won't mourn. Instead, they plan to pay tribute to the rock star in the way they think he would prefer, celebrating his life through his timeless music. Now, one health insurer will drop coverage in Arkansas. United Healthcare, the biggest U.S. health insurer, says it plans to exit most of the Obamacare state exchanges where it operates, including the natural state. The company says it lost $475 million on the exchanges last year and could lose another $500 million this year. Lane closures start today on I-49. Work on the interstate requires the contractor to close the inside lanes between exits 76 and 78 for north and southbound traffic. The project is part of an over $100 million Connecting Arkansas project. The closures are expected to stay until the project's completion in 2017. Police arrest one man for test driving a Jeep and never bringing it back yesterday. At the beginning of the month, Jamie Thompson went to Ron Johnson Wholesale to test drive the vehicle and then left it abandoned several days later. Thompson admits to stealing both the Jeep and a motorcycle, according to the police report. Now, we've had a beautiful weather today on the Hill. Let's send it over to UATV's Cody Johnson, live in the studio for a look at your current weather.
Thanks, Lydia. Yeah, no, it's been a great Thursday as a result of those fronts that we've been talking about for the rest of the week. It's really warmed up the temperature, and it's led way to some beautiful, beautiful weather around campus and all of Northwest Arkansas, quite frankly. As you can see behind me, we have the current conditions for tonight, which you're going to see about a high of 67. It's going to feel about 67, mostly cloudy. As the night progresses, that temperature will drop. It's going to hover at about 55. You can expect your low to be 46 degrees. Clear, beautiful skies for the rest of the evening, and that's going to carry on into Friday, leading to even better weather. We can expect some warmer temperatures in the coming weekend and next week, and we'll have more on that later. Back to you, Lydia.
Thanks, Cody. University police investigate a rape on campus this week. The incident occurred in Maple Hill West almost 3 years ago in the November of 2013. UAPD says the victim came forward this week about what happened. We'll keep you updated as we get more information. Now today is the last day students can drop with a W from second 8-week and full semester classes. After today, students cannot drop from a class without withdrawing from all uncompleted courses. Students who need to drop may do so from their UA Connect accounts before midnight. Now the U of A women's track team is known for dominating its competition, but the pressure of staying on top can be too much for athletes. UATV's Andrew Epperson has the story.
All right, so this was my first collegiate race ever.
Balancing school, social life, and sports is a tough task for any college athlete. For women's track at the U of A, it's even tougher, as coaches and fans expect championships every year. Former runner Chandler Crumblish knows just how hard it is to be both an elite athlete and a full-time college student.
At first it was awesome. I mean, I remember my first day, we got all of our gear and everyone was so excited and taking pictures, and I met my roommates.
Crumblish found success on the track, but health problems and other issues started popping up. When she and her head coach, Lance Harder, looked at her situation, they decided to take a step back.
He and I both evaluated the situation and we were like, you know what, let's take a mental health break. Because at the time I was struggling with severe depression and anxiety. And so I was like, okay, that's fine.
The now junior eventually decided it wasn't worth sacrificing a big chunk of her life to do what is required of an elite track athlete.
For me, I was losing $40,000 a year to be on the team here. And now, you know, I went out and got a job, and I mean, I'm not going to say it's a grown-up job. I mean, I make $10 an hour, but it's something.
Coach Harder says many track athletes join the program and decide to quit when they discover how intensive the workload is.
Partway through that journey, they find out that, wow, it's a lot more demanding in time than I thought, and they're on no aid or they're on minimal aid.
Crumblish says the pressure of living up to elite standards can be enough for a track athlete to hang up her spikes.
It's kind of dehumanizing because you're not a person, you're a machine, and if your machine isn't producing, you're gone.
Harder says athletes are welcome to return to the team even after they've decided to quit. For some, staying off the track and away from the hurdles is simply a better option. For UATV, I'm Andrew Epperson.
Many track athletes are walk-ons, so staying with the sport that doesn't help them financially puts them further away from the finish line. Intramural athletes prepare for new fields to come their way. The 72-acre project includes 6 flag football and soccer fields, 4 softball fields, 3 basketball courts, and 4 volleyball courts. The additions allow for more practice time for clubs. The completion of the project will take a few years, but some parts will finish before others. The project will cost about $20 million, according to the Board of Trustees' November meeting agenda. The deadline to apply for the Associated Student Government ends tomorrow at noon. The positions include the ASG Freshman Leadership Forum Coordinator, previously known as Fresh Hogs, and the Executive Cabinet. Both positions serve for 1 year. Students can find the application online at asgforums.uark.edu and must log in with a valid UARK email address.
Brings in student helpers.
So to come out here and learn a plant that they never knew.
How it hopes to make an impact on the community next. And as the week comes to a close, the university holds a final event to celebrate Earth Day, where you can join in the fun when UATV returns.
Earth Day is tomorrow, meaning many on-campus organizations are celebrating the planet and bringing attention to sustainability. But some students are branching off campus to be involved in the environment. And UATV reporter Mary Kate Carson tells us how.
Thanks, Lydia. Tricycle Farms is a nonprofit food organization that's located right here off of Harlan Street. Now, the purpose of the farm is to allow people that don't have access to free or to fruits and vegetables to be able to come here and have access to them for free. Now, the farm started 4 years ago whenever the founder realized that one of his friends and hardworking coworkers was unable to consistently feed her family. He then realized that there are over 28,000 people in Washington County alone that are living in poverty. That means that 1 in every 4 children don't know where their next meal is coming from. Now, Lydia, as you said, the students are playing a huge role in keeping this farm a success. Here's how.
And of course they come back, and then what you get.
We would come together across garden beds and food would in fact be free because we'd be sharing the responsibility.
Don Bennett, the founder of Tricycle Farms, brings together community organizations from all over the city.
This is called Catman.
Part of his goal for his nonprofit is to find ways to collaborate with other groups in town, to combine everyone's strengths to meet one another's needs.
It's a lot bigger than me. There's so many people who have had their hands in, including students.
One organization in particular is the University of Arkansas. He believes that students have the knowledge and the willpower to really make a difference in their communities.
Putting those top tier students into positions where they can actually serve the community is pretty powerful. There are students that have been coming to the farm for 4 years, since the very beginning, and they have not stopped.
In fact, it was students from the U of A that helped the farm get started. 4 years ago, a group of fraternity members began clearing the land in order to get service hours. Because of this, Tricycle Farms moved from an idea to a reality in just one afternoon. This caused Bennett to realize the farm and the campus had a strong connection.
And the realization of the power of the students on campus. There are millions of dollars that the students can create in this community. And at the same time, the community can create these connections to those students.
One employee believes that this not only gives students a connection with people in the community, but it also gives a connection with nature itself.
They feel displaced, and because they're not connected, they're always bending over a textbook, and a lot of people don't have this in their life, and so to come out here and learn a plant that they never knew or a new taste. It's always awesome to see someone who tastes a new plant for the first time or discovers something, and the connections between life.
Celery. Bennett says that he has seen students develop a passion for serving their community through their work at the farm.
It's delicious.
People have an investment here that's pretty profound and will not waver over time.
Now, volunteering down on their knees in the dirt isn't the only way that students have been getting involved here at Tricycle Farm. Many students from different departments on campus have been able to use their unique skills to help innovate new ways to help make the farm function. Bennett says that he perceives this farm to, quote, grow until it becomes a food forest where people can come in hungry, but they will not leave that way. Reporting in Fayetteville, I'm Mary Kate Carson for UATV News.
Thanks, Mary Kate. Students can volunteer at Tricycle Farms all year long, but tomorrow there will be special opportunities to get involved all over campus. The University of Arkansas will wrap up its week-long celebration of Earth Day tomorrow. The Office for Sustainability is hosting an Earth Day fair outside the Student Union from 11 to 2. More than 20 local businesses, nonprofits, and RSOs will showcase environmental products and services.
One local chocolate brand says hello to the store shelves.
Everything starts with a greeting,
where you can purchase these sweet treats. And one legendary guitarist makes Bentonville Film Festival's list. Who it is when UATV returns.
Welcome back, Northwest Arkansas, and for all you guys staying tuned, appreciate it very much. We're going to kick it off real quick looking at a national view of the temperatures that everyone is experiencing, starting right here in Northwest Arkansas. Like I said earlier, it's about 67 degrees right here, and you can see that decline as we go through the night. But over here in the northwest corner, we have a highs of 69, and that's going to be the general trend, be cooler up here, warmer down here, and that's a result of those fronts that we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks. It's really going to be the seasonal weather that you're experiencing, and it's going to push on and through the coast, warming up everything as we go on. Now, that does bring a small chance of thunderstorms. Thankfully, most of the ones that we have experienced already passed, and we can see some clear skies over here, and this is what we can expect to experience for the next few days. All that weather is done out through Arkansas, cooling down the temperatures just a little bit. This is a regional view of what's going on right to our neighbors on the south and eastern side of the state. Down in New Orleans, we have a system coming up, and that's going to peak its way through Jackson, Mississippi, and up through Florida, Panhandle, and out into the coast again. Like I said, this is just a result of the trends that we're seeing as the season progresses. And up next, we have a quick view of the wind gusts. I know for those of you on campus today, you probably experienced the strong winds, and that did cool down the temperature quite a bit, paired with the clouds cover that we've been experiencing for the past few days. Over here, we have gusts peaking at about 23 20 miles per hour, and that's going to continue to be the trend through the rest of April and most of May. And you can see some of the higher gusts of winds are paired with the thunder that everyone else is experiencing. Right quick, we're going to take a quick look at the temperatures around the state of Arkansas at this very moment. Fayetteville, high of 68, 67. Down in Little Rock, it's going to be a little bit warmer with a high of 75, and this is a result of those winds that we saw on campus today and the clouds. And it's going to be warmer in the south. Friday, a high of 75 and a low of 47, partly cloudy, carrying beautiful weather on into the weekend. Saturday, you can see much of the same, a high of 79 and a low of 53. Beautiful, beautiful sunshine, even if you can't see it right here, partly cloudy. Sunday, a high of 79 and a low of 58. It's going to continue to warm up as we go on into Monday. Beautiful weather in store for the start of the week, high of 79 and a low of 58, partly cloudy. On into Tuesday, sadly, we do have a small percentage of rain, about 20%, so you can just continue to watch the weather for some more updates. Highs of 81 and a low of 64. And that is all we have for your extended forecast. We'll have more later on in the show. What you can expect tomorrow. Back to you, Lydia.
Thank you, Cody. Legend Joe Walsh joins the Bentonville Film Festival music's lineup this year. The festival will release its music lineup earlier today. It includes Marcus Johnson, Chris Allen and Friends, DJ Henry, Dozzy, Duffelbag Divas, and Eagles guitarist Joe Walsh. Walsh performs Saturday of the festival. Doors open at 9 and tickets are $25. One local chocolatier dreams sweet dreams for her Hello Cocoa, and her big plans stock the shelves of one popular store. UATV's Katie Whitehurst has more.
Everything starts with a greeting, and we thought chocolate can be included in that, you know.
Hello Cocoa is a fairly new and growing bean-to-bar business based out of Fayetteville. Co-founder Lauren Blanco says their chocolate evokes experiences and flavors of places all around the world.
So we highlight the flavors of cocoa beans, and we source from 3 different countries: the Dominican Republic, Uganda, and Venezuela.
The craft chocolate can be found in various locations throughout northwest Arkansas.
We retail our chocolate at our chocolate factory a few days a week. We do events and set up and sell our chocolate there, and then we wholesale to a lot of retailers, mostly in northwest Arkansas, and we're looking to expand regionally.
Like many other local businesses, Hello Cocoa hopes to hit the shelves of Fayetteville's latest grocery store. Whole Foods marketing team leader Allison Chilcote says that the new storefront is always embracing local interaction.
We absolutely love partnerships. We welcome people who are interested in providing their products to our store, whether that's one storefront or if their desire and their ability is to grow beyond one store, we invite those opportunities.
With this industry on the rise, Blanco says Whole Foods would be a perfect place to plant their chocolate locally.
We have the opportunity to grow and grow a lot if we are smart and we strategize well, and we take advantage of opportunities that are given to us. So,
for UATV, I'm Kate Whitehurst.
Hello Cocoa announced they will soon be sold at the Dallas Wholesale Market as well as other locations throughout the region. This weekend's Razorback Spring Game will feature many festivities and big names around campus. We'll have more on that coming up in sports. But first, here's a look at today's trivia question. 2 former Razorbacks have been John Mackey Award winners. Hunter Henry is one of them. What is the name of the other winner? Your answer coming up after this commercial break.
Welcome to UATV Sports. Thanks for joining us. Arkansas football is finishing up its final spring practice today in preparation for the annual Red and White Spring Game. Razorfest will be held before the game as a family fun event sponsored by the Champions for Kids organization. There will be free activities for children as well as many local vendors. More than 40 former Razorbacks will also be in attendance at the event to sign autographs. Special guests include Ryan Mallett, Sandy Morris, and Chuck Barrett. Kickoff is scheduled for noon on Saturday at Reynolds Stadium. The game is free and will be open to the public. Being a program in the best football conference in the nation, Arkansas normally recruits players they find good enough for scholarships right out of high school. But that wasn't the case for Arkansas cornerback Kevin Richardson. I talked to him to find out more about his journey.
It's not often that walk-on players in any collegiate sport become important members of their team's success. But that isn't the case for redshirt junior Kevin Richardson. Richardson walked onto the Razorback football team in 2013 as a defensive back. One of the best players in the state of Arkansas his junior and senior year at Jacksonville High School, he was upset to know that he did not earn a scholarship from any Division I schools.
I went through like a depressing time, you know, because I put in so much work, like over the 4 years of high school that I had just to try to get a college offer, and to not get one, really hurt.
Not receiving a Division I scholarship, he knew his grades would be the only thing that would allow him to achieve his dream of playing major college football at the U of A.
It was like a major push for me to try to get my grades high enough to be able to maintain my eligibility to be a walk-on, because to be a walk-on was good enough for me at the time, just to be on the team and represent my state and my city. But to maintain the grades to be able to earn a scholarship was the next goal, like after I got on the team.
It took 2 years for Coach Bielema and his staff to realize Richardson would be a great investment to the team, which compelled a scholarship offer.
He was like, K. Rich, you do so much for us. I'm just gonna put you on scholarship. That feeling, I just teared up with joy.
Now with 2 seasons of eligibility remaining, his approach to the game has changed just as his life did when he earned the opportunity of a lifetime.
Played 2 years, and they want me to grow my role and to be a leader. That's my overall goal now.
Now Richardson is an important player in the Arkansas secondary, starting the last 5 games for the Hogs last season. He will be looking to open eyes and assert his position on the team in this weekend's spring game. Hunter Henry will be presented his 2015 John Mackey Award before the second quarter of the spring game. Last season, he did not drop a single pass while gaining more than 700 receiving yards on 51 receptions to lead all college tight ends. The former Razorback is expected to be taken in the first round of the 2016 NFL Draft next Thursday. That brings us to our trivia question. 2 former Razorbacks have been John Mackey Award winners. One of them is Hunter Henry. What was the name of the other winner? The answer is DJ Williams. Williams played for the Razorbacks from 2007 to 2010 before being picked in the 5th round of the NFL Draft. The Little Rock native played 4 seasons in the NFL before becoming a sports news personality in Central Arkansas. That will do it for tonight's sports. After the break is a last look at your weather.
As promised, we're going to take one closing look at your weather tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. You're going to see about 58 degrees. It's going to feel more like 57, paired with some clouds over here, beautiful sunshine. It's going to continue to warm up as we get into noon. Higher temperatures ahead of us. It's going to warm up to 69. It's going to feel about like 69, and that's going to be the trend for the rest of the evening, closing out 3 o'clock with just some warmer temperatures. An overall beautiful day. Back to you, Lydia.
One furry creature made its media debut Wednesday at the Toledo Zoo. This polar bear cub was born in early December and made quite an adorable show for the camera. She has been spending the last few months in an off-exhibit den with her mom and doesn't have a name yet, but her first public appearance is set for sometime in May. Now that's all we have for you today at UATV. I'm Lydia Fielder. Enjoy the rest of your night.